Fala aí pessoal do Play, gente sobre aqui, e hoje eu vim conversar com um ator que ele já começou a fazer sucesso desde criança e hoje tá aqui na série do Ted, aquele urso que a gente conhece, super verdadeiro, que conta muita coisa no cinema, e eu tô aqui pra conversar hoje com o Max Burkholder. So, Max, it's a pleasure to have you here in Brazil.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, is this your first time here?
It is my first time here. Yeah, I've never been before. It's very exciting.
It's very beautiful.
Oh yes, it's gorgeous.
So Max, can you share a little bit about this new show? Is a prequel, is that correct, from Ted?
Yes, it's a prequel of the. It's a prequel series of the two Ted movies with Seth MacFarlane and Mark Wahlberg. Yeah, it's set in the 1990s, like mid-90s, thereabouts. A lot of nostalgia. The character John, originally played by Mark Wahlberg, is a high school student before a lot of the weird bad shit happens with Ted. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, so good. So I'd like to know, how do you got your role? Did you did audition or just get a call? How was the process?
It was an audition. A little bit of behind the scenes industry stuff. A lot of auditions these days, you don't go into a room anymore. It is all you put yourself on tape, you record yourself, and then you send that in to the casting people. So it was me and my brother in my parents' bedroom because it was due really soon. We were doing it in a hurry. There was like a blanket on the wall behind me for the backdrop. And I sent it in, and I was like, there's no shot that I'm getting this. I'm too old. I was, I think, 24 or 25. I was like, I'm too old to play 16. It's not going to work. Maybe they'll bring me back for something later. And then the tape kept getting sent to more and more people, and then eventually I got the call and was just shocked.
This is good. So, Max, I don't know if you're already a fan from the film, and did you have the opportunity to talk with Mark Wahlberg about your character?
I did not get to talk to Mark Wahlberg about the character, which is unfortunate, but maybe a little fortunate because I did want to make sure to not do like an impression of him. I didn't want to just be copying. Obviously, I watched the films a lot to get a better sense of like the timing and the humor and stuff, and even went back and watched some old Family Guy that I haven't seen in a while just to really nail that specific kind of sense of humor. Didn't get to talk to him about it, but certainly have been a fan of the movies since they came out. I've said it before, but I was at the table read for the first Ted movie before it had even begun shooting, because I was in Family Guy and stuff growing up, and I was just a kid around the studios, and they needed a kid.
A funny story for the life.
Exactly, yeah.
It's good to know. So, at the end of the season, John admits he's a virgin.
Yes. And
he almost got close to Bethany. How was to shoot this scene, and what can people expect for season 2?
How was it to shoot that scene? That scene was shot on my birthday.
Oh.
And I am not a person who likes to be like a huge center. I mean, I'm in a weird job for it, but I'm not a person who likes to be the center of attention all the time. So I told that to the assistant director and made sure I was like, I don't want any like crazy stuff for it. And then of course, as we're shooting that scene, after they yell cut, there's I think like 150, 200 background actors all start cheering for me and singing happy birthday at the same time, and I wanted to go hide in a corner. Yeah, it was so, oh my god, I couldn't handle it.
So you were shy?
Yes, shy. Yeah, again, it's odd because I was comfortable moments before shouting to all of them, I'm a virgin! And then the second it became anything real, I was like, don't look at me, I don't like this.
Crazy story, good to know. So, talking with John for the end of the season, if you, Max, can give him an advice, what would it be?
God, stop smoking so much weed. I know it's fun. I did it in high school too. It's great. It rules. It does. But also, like, you gotta, come on, dude. It does have an effect. It does have an effect, actually. Yeah.
Good answer. So, acting with Ted, we know, is CGI.
Yeah.
How it is to perform with such a funny character when you actually don't see him?
Yeah, it's weird. It's definitely weird. It's hard. But I would say you get used to it after a couple weeks. You start being able to like hallucinate him on command almost. Like I can look around the room and like pick a spot and he's there, and I know how tall he is. He's like right there. I know where his eyes are and everything if he were to do like gestures and stuff. Yeah, it's definitely weird, but I will say it's helped by the fact that Seth is there doing the voice live. He's he's performing it live. Though there were a few mix-ups in like the first month of shooting where, the bear's supposed to be here, Seth's off camera over here, he says a line, and then I turn to him to say it, rather than directing it at where the bear is supposed to be. But, you get past it pretty quick.
Yeah. So, you gave your voice to so many characters, and you were being acting since you were a child.
Yeah.
So, which do you enjoy more, acting or voice work?
Oh, they're very different. I hesitate. I've done voiceover stuff, but I hesitate to even call myself a voice actor. The people who really do that professionally as like their main trade, the capabilities that they have with their voice and their tone and everything, like I can't even begin to approach that. I'm certainly an actor before I'm a voice actor.
So the series is in the setting in the 90s and have all the nostalgic feel. How did you get it in that vibe?
Yeah, that's interesting because it is set before I was born. For sure. I was born in 97. I think season 1 is set in 94, something like that. And so there is a lot of like nostalgic stuff that kind of does go over my head, but then there's other references. There's like Star Wars. Everybody knows. I can get behind that. Like John has a Game Boy, the same one that I had when I was a kid. That's not too tough. I did have to go back and watch Flash Gordon because I had never seen it before, and so I had to. It's such a huge part of that series and that character that I had to go back and make sure I knew what was going on there.
The audience know Ted is sarcastic and full of politically incorrect comments.
Sure.
What is like behind of the scenes to react these lines from Seth?
Yeah, I mean, God, reading every single one of the scripts before the table read, there were always like, everybody knows how hard it is for something to like make you laugh out loud when you're by yourself. It's so much easier to laugh out loud with other people. But I was cackling, cracking up reading these scripts. And, people say politically incorrect, and sure, like the bad words are there, but the context in which they're spoken and the very clear, like, perspective behind them means it's like, oh, this isn't bad. These are just like a lot of times idiots who were laughing at the fact that they thought this at this time.
Yeah, so Max, was a pleasure to talk with you. Can you invite your audience to see Ted and talk with your audience here in Brazil?
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone here in Brazil, I've only been in your country for 9 hours, but it's beautiful. I love you all. Please watch Ted Season 1. I think you're really going to love it. Subscribe to Universal Plus on Wall Play to watch me on Ted.
Wow.